Here we go, guys, jumping right back into it from where we left off last time. We've completed the wolf fort fight with no traps being used. So I saved the town. However, I don't know if that's going to have any type of effect over the storyline. Therefore, that is just a personal achievement, and I don't think it is a game one. However, we're going to get right back into the storyline. After we leave this encampment, you'll see there's a few extra side informations, green exclamation marks, side quests, side informations to get into. Before we jump into it, make sure you subscribe to the channel, my friends. Do appreciate you guys watching. Thank you very much, and let's get into it.
To be quite frank, I underestimated House Wolfort's strength. To think they were capable of driving off the S-Frosty army forces like that.
You know it.
I suspect the outcome came as a surprise to the Archduke as well. And yet, something tells me Wolfort's victory is more than a fluke.
I shall keep that in mind.
Still, this development is to our advantage. This will only make it easier to carry out our plans.
Just so, Your Excellency. Everything is proceeding as you anticipated.
Yes, we shall have our way. It is but a matter of time.
Yes. Conehead has got some best laid plans of mice and men for those who are old enough to remember that. Let's see what's going on in Fox Street.
I bring good news, my lord. Frost army marched on Castle Wolford in an attempt to seize the prince, but they were roundly defeated by House Wolford's forces and retreat to the Crown City as we speak.
Joyous tidings indeed.
Joyous.
I knew the Wolforts wouldn't let us down.
I'm also pleased to report that Prince Roland is unscathed.
Kind of.
It would seem young Sarah Noah is more than capable of carrying on Lord Simon's legacy.
Triumph as they did, they still suffered considerable casualties in the battle. It is more than likely that S-Frost is already preparing for a second attack.
Very well. Take stock of our own forces and determine how many men we can send to House Wolfort's aid while retaining enough for our own protection.
Yes, my lord.
It is time to take a stand. If the three high houses come together as one, I am certain we will prevail.
Trying to fight a war on three fronts. History shows that doesn't go very well. And last but not least, we got Tellior Streets.
House Wolfort triumphed?
Yes, my lord. The Archduke's army has already withdrawn to the Crown City. That said, it would seem the Wolfort army suffered significant
What are these
casualties.
significant casualties that everybody talks about?
It is not as if I entirely failed to consider the possibility of an Frosty defeat. And yet, it is hardly an ideal development. Whatever are we to do now? Wolfort may have won the battle, but can they win the war?
My lord?
Ready a bird. I have a missive that needs sending.
As you command.
Ah, yes, a missive. Now, as that dialogue was playing out, I forgot that there is something that I need to do in the encampment. At the end of that battle, I ended up picking up a piece of silver and a medal of bravery so I can promote somebody as well. Now the question becomes, who should I? Let's see, I have a piece of silver. which will allow me to get somebody to rank 2. But it seems like some people need oak. Like for the casters, it looks like they don't need it. Silver. Basically, it looks like anybody with a sword. And this person, the acrobat, can apparently use silver. Can she? Yep, she also uses silver. Now, I've already promoted Serenoa, so he's a veteran. And I have the ability to promote somebody else as well. I'm leaning towards Roland. But honestly, I want to do Anna. Because I know Anna will be able to hit much more often than Roland, even though Roland does hit harder. I'm gonna focus on Roland and Serenoa. I feel like those two are probably the most important. So I'm gonna upgrade him, which unlocks these 2 quality iron to make him do even more damage. Beautiful. So that takes all the silver out of my hands. I can't unlock anybody else. Got plenty of money, but definitely not enough of the items. And again, I have a Medal of Bravery as well, so I could upgrade him, which makes him look super epic. Benedict. I mean, that ups his physical defense, but not much more than that. Should I think I want to lean towards Anna. Remain and recover. Doesn't tell me what it can do. But it increases the strength by 18, it looks like. Or to 1, to 18. A tough decision. However, I think I'm going to go with Anna. Yeah, I'm going to go with Anna. We're going to go ahead and upgrade Anna. One of my favorite characters. Definitely looks super sweet.
I must be ever ready.
The purple coat. Yeah. Okay, cool. So I believe that's all I got. I might be able to do a couple more small upgrades here to say increases by 15. Ooh, would you look at that? Decreases TP cost of double thrust or TP cost of rush. Increases damage dealt by critical hits. Ooh, that's very useful as well. Takes 6 of 6 quality iron, so that's going to be all of my quality iron. Let's save it for now. I have a feeling that something is going to happen in which I will know who to upgrade, what I'm going to need. Let's leave the encampment. We're going to go into the House Wolfort ! That's the only ones up there right now, and I have a feeling it's just going to be more dialogue. So let's get into it. Let me know what you guys think of the game so far. Honestly, I'm thoroughly enjoying it.
I shall see to the wounded.
I will help as well. My hawk can assist with clearing the rubble.
My
What
thanks
rubble,
to you both.
y'all?
Your aid is most welcome.
The town is fine.
I am ready.
Go safely, Anna, and give my best to the others.
No, is she leaving?
We take a risk in entreating a powerful nation for aid. I need you to determine to what extent we can rely on them, if at all.
Leave it to me.
No, I just used the thingy on you.
I've sent Anna to the holy state of Heisler.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
Our alliance may not be what it once was, but we must seek help wherever it may be found.
In a perfect world, we would be able to count on the cooperation of our neighbors here.
Indeed, unity within Glenbrook is of the utmost priority, especially now that we've ensured Prince Roland's safety. And yet, we cannot count on houses Tellior and Falks to act in our best interests. We must prepare ourselves for every contingency.
You are right as always, Benedict. We've taken the first step down our chosen path, but there is no telling what awaits us.
Gotta prepare for the unknown unknowns. It's an unknown unknown. Shit that we don't know, that we don't know.
Do you have a moment, Your Highness?
Oh, it's you. As silly as it may sound, I've never truly understood what it meant to be royalty. Does my life carry more weight simply because of the blood in my veins? So much so that the lives of others must be sacrificed in my name?
You need not worry about that, Roland.
Lord Wolford speaks true. The scales of conviction guided us, but this decision was ours. We have chosen to walk this path with you.
I was born the second prince. No one expected great things of me. And yet, simply because I had the good luck to survive, my very existence now necessitates all these sacrifices.
If I may be so bold, it was not luck, Your Highness. We protected you.
How dare you?
I know this, of course. That's what makes this so hard. You all fought and continue to fight for me. And I can scarcely take care of myself. I need to become stronger. I must. For my own sake, and for yours.
And for mine, you know. You're gonna be fighting on my team. You need to be strong. I don't want no scrubs. Yeah, let's go ahead and save the game. That sounds good. We'll save the game here. Not even 15 minutes into this video yet. I'm very excited to see what happens next. I've been trying to remain spoiler free, like 100% spoiler free. It's hard because, you know, the YouTubes and whatnot.
House Wolford prevails against General Avlora's army and drives them out of Glenbrook. Though victorious, Roland sobs quietly, saddened by the sacrifices made in his name. Glenbrook is powerless, but knows they must keep the royal bloodline alive. Thus, the conspiracies and power struggles around the noble blood in Roland's veins continue to stain the land crimson.
The weather vane. But what was in the mine? That's what I want to know. Why can't we go back into the mine? I want to go in the mine. All right, so we got a character story here. 9 of them. Ooh, okay, so these are more informations. While working in the riverbank, Erdo recounts tales of his and Benedict's youth. So this is going to be a lot of side information. There's 9 of them. Real quick though, I want to go. No, I can't. I have, you know, I got FOMO about this kind of stuff. Like I feel like if I don't go through this now, then they're going to end up disappearing on me and I'm never going to see them again, which really grinds my gears. So let's go into Benedict's and see exactly what's the haps here.
Once we have stacked those sandbags, we should be well fortified against even the fiercest deluge.
Leave it to me. This old wolf has some vim in him yet.
From Vim. Like everybody just watched him do it.
Haven't used some of those muscles since before I can remember.
Like everybody just sat around and watched him do that.
I must say, when I saw the enormity of the task before us, I did not think we would finish in mere bells. I had braced myself for a full day of labor, at the very least.
Good thing you just stood there.
Thank Benedict for that. We'd still be searching for weaknesses in our perimeter had he not been guiding us.
Indeed, but let us not understate Eridor's feats of strength.
Come now, Eridor. How many times must I tell you to be delicate with the sandbags? We only have so many at hand.
I hear you, I hear you. I'll treat him as delicately as my lady love, in the absence of one.
Now is not the time for jests, Eridor.
If you don't want me complaining and you don't want me jesting, then I guess I'll just shut my mouth.
To hear them trading barbs like children, you would never think they work so well together.
Wisdom and strength. Two pillars that keep House Wolfort standing strong.
Wisdom, eh? He wasn't always that way. Took him plenty of failing to get where he is now.
I find that difficult to believe.
Is there something you wish to share with us, Eridor?
Might be. Maybe you've forgotten the folly of 20 years past, but my mind is a steel trap.
It's like a soap opera. We get to sit here and watch flashbacks. Well, I guess more akin to like an anime. We're watching an
What's
anime.
our task for today?
We are to deliver this message to Lady Destra with all haste.
Seems simple enough. Send a bird.
I would not trust a bird in this rain. A horse would be more reliable, and swifter besides.
Is that so? I respectfully disagree, my friend. Either way, I'm not going to be the one nursing you back to health if you catch the chills.
Shall we make it a wager, then? Send a bird, and we shall see who reaches Lady Destra first. You had best hurry.
You didn't wager nothing.
What? Benedict.
Made a wager and
Off
you
he
didn't wager
goes.
anything.
Well then, where are those damned hawks? As I recall, Benedict arrived at around the same time as the hawk. If it were a sunny day, he might have won.
Ah, the folly of youth. Many of our best days were spent in Lord Simon's service. We made many such wagers, in an attempt to get into Lord Simon and Lady Destra's good graces.
I remember when...
I believe we have had enough reminiscing for one day, Eridor.
Don't be such a harsh taskmaster, Benedict. Where's the harm in a story?
Ask me that again when the floodwaters break through our meager fortifications. There is much to do and little time to do it. Wouldn't you agree, Anna?
Me?
Old friends or old enemies? Sometimes it is hard to tell with those two.
Whatever the case, our work's done for the day. And there's nothing like a hard drink after hard labor. You two care to join me?
I would love to. Please, regale me with more tales of your youth.
I see no harm in one drink.
Let's be off then.
Shall we invite Benedict along?
You'd only be wasting your breath.
Now that you mention it, I do not believe I have ever seen you two sharing drinks.
Spirits cloud the mind, so I rarely drink. When I do partake, however, I prefer to do so in quiet. I fear Eridor would only spoil that.
A little cattiness between the ranks here. Now, are all of these going to be this long? Got 8 more to get through. Federica has important matter to discuss with Gila. I feel like these are going to be all very long.
Lord Serenoa never ceases to amaze me. Despite all the hours he dedicates to his duties, he looks none the worse for wear.
Even so, I am certain it takes its toll on him. He wants to set an example for his people and those who serve him, and wishes not to worry them over his condition. Excuse me, Serenoa, but is there anything I could do to help?
Ah, Frederica, my apologies for the delay. The citizen's petition will require a bit more time, so why don't you and Gila return home ahead of me?
I see, if you insist. But please do not push yourself too hard, Serenoa.
I shan't. Thank you, Frederica.
Of course.
Nod. Nod.
Is something the matter? It's rare of you to sigh like that.
Oh, geez, Rick. I don't even know,
Did
man.
Oh my.
It looks like something's troubling you. If you wish to talk about it, I am happy to lend an ear.
Well, to be perfectly honest, I sometimes wonder if I can go on like this.
Are things not going well with Lord Serenoa?
No! Serenoa is as kind and gentle as ever. It is my own self I have doubts about. I cannot help but wonder if I am truly of any use to him.
Oh, jeez.
Since Lord Serenoa is always working so hard, why not give him a tonic to boost his vitality? I purchased one from a merchant not long ago. It should chase all his fatigue away.
A good idea to be sure, but the fact remains it is not me myself that is serving him.
Then how about preparing a meal for him? Something nutritious to fill him with vim and vigor.
Vim and vigor. Ah, yes,
Me?
the vim and the vigor.
Cook? Yes. I'm certain he would be delighted by anything that you make.
But I've never cooked before. I doubt anything I make would suffice.
You won't know until you try. Besides, what matters isn't the result, but the feeling behind it.
Yes.
Use this cookbook. I'm sure you will find a recipe or two to your liking.
Thank you, Gila. Now then, which of these would Serenoa enjoy?
Well, at least they're not too long. I mean, I am enjoying seeing the character development and whatnot, and it is interesting to see how everybody operates outside of, the main storyline. So let's check out what Anna recalls her first mission while speaking with Eredor. Oh, is this while they're drinking?
Looking worse for wear, Anna. Long scouting missions sure ain't easy.
Easy or not, I do what duty demands. Do you need something?
No.
Duty.
Just reckon Benedict must be relieved you're back safe and sound.
Must he?
Course. After all, he treats you like his own daughter. Don't know any parent what wouldn't worry over their child. And he's got extra cause to fret, with all the dangerous work he gives you.
Oh? It never crossed my mind. Benedict trusts me. That's all I've ever needed.
That's so.
Do all parents by blood show concern for their children?
Wondering about yours, are you?
That's none of your concern.
Touchy subject.
I still remember how you insisted on being a scout, soon as you were old enough. You wouldn't say why, but any fool could guess it was to find out more regarding your parents. This work's well suited to that sort of thing.
Yet Benedict refused me.
And he was wise to do so. It ain't a job for an amateur. Guess he hadn't anticipated you trained under Archibald.
I earned his respect when he saw what I could do. The means don't matter, only the results.
That sounds like a slippery slope. The means don't matter, only the results. few years ago.
I have grave news, sir. The enemy has captured one of our scouts. I know our soldiers aren't broken easily, but given enough time in the enemy's hands...
And here we are, severely short-handed. I shall call a war council, so our approach may be reconsidered.
Ninja disappear.
The scout has been rescued and returned safely home.
Already? That was far sooner than I anticipated.
I hope my actions were not out of line.
No, well done, Anna. I don't know where I'd be without you.
Nor are you.
Nor are you.
Can't thank you enough for leaping to my scout's rescue, while Benedict was still pondering what to do. I'd pay good coin just to see that look on his face again. So, think you'll find your parents? Not trying to dissuade you from looking, mind. I'm only being nosy.
Dissuade? Is there something you've not told me?
What would I know that you don't? Just take care you don't end up regretting it.
Interesting. So now we know that Anna doesn't know who her parents are. Kind of has an underlying factor of trying to find out who they are.
I'm this close. I can feel it.
I'm gonna go under the assumption that it's Benedict. But that's a little too obvious. What's amazing is that they have voice acting for damn near everything. Honestly, it's mind-boggling how much time they've put into just recording and getting all of these voice acting lines down.
Seems as if the troubles never cease. I'd kill for a drop of ale.
Huguet.
I take it you and Benedict have seen your share of trouble. You have both served House Wolffort for many years, yes?
Aye. We both served Lord Simon since we were green between the ears. Through the good times and the bad. To see him now, you wouldn't believe the stories of what we got up to in our tender years. Even then, though, he was always the schemer. Always drawing me into his fanciful plots.
Has so much changed since then?
I don't reckon so. In any case, was there something you wanted to ask me?
There was. The other day, Benedict posed quite the strange question to me.
The other day.
Where snowbell blossoms bloom?
Indeed. I thought perhaps you had seen trace of the flowers while scouting with Flugy.
Flugy?
I've spotted clusters of them in the deep mountain passes before, but not of late.
Flugy's the bird?
So it is as I thought. They have ever been a rare sight, even more so in recent years. I had thought to procure one, but it may be wise to temper my expectations in that regard.
Life always finds a way to flourish. I am certain Anna and I can find one before long.
I would not have you chasing my idle fancies. You both have more vital duties to attend to.
Very vital duties.
Of course.
The vitalist of duties. Duties so vital that we can't live without them.
So, Benedict's looking for a snowbell blossom. What's so peculiar about that?
Nothing, if it were anyone else asking. However, I think you'd agree that Benedict is not the type to go picking flowers on a whim. They say that when a snowbell blooms...
That moment is frozen in time. Aye.
Precisely. You and Benedict both never fail to surprise. But of all flowers, why the snowbell? Does he have some lady love I'm unaware of?
I can't speak to that, but I'll tell you one thing, Hewitt. We've all got moments locked away and placed close to our hearts. You, me, even a stubborn-headed mule like Benedict. Like the snowbell, we want him frozen like that forever. And like the snowbell, they're liable to shatter if we let another handle him carelessly.
I understand. I apologize if I was too forward. Let us forget the matter.
No, it isn't you that needs to apologize. I'm always telling Benedict no one likes being lectured.
It was enlightening. I see you and Benedict are true friends.
For lack of a better word, aye. Bring me a draft of ale, and I'll tell you all about our younger days. At least, what I can remember. I recall Benedict wasn't nearly as capable as he is now.
I may have to take you up on that offer.
Huh. So two of these...
Do you really reckon snowbells are still blooming somewhere out there?
Perhaps. Though I've not seen them in this region. They may still bloom in the southern reaches.
In other words, a trek and a half from here.
Seems to be a lot of focus on Eridor and Benedict's relationship.
Don't give up the search, my friend.
Ooh, what's Benedict looking for? Anna's looking for his parents. Benedict's looking for something. Some kind of flower. And it seems as though Frederica's looking for a recipe to cook to seem useful. She's plenty useful. She sets people's on fire. Eridor again.
A whole day of hunting, and this is all I have to show for it. Wanted to give Lord Serenoa something meaty for once.
A deer is no easy prey. You are a skilled hunter.
One deer to your 3 boar? It's plain who the better of us is. I don't reckon you let a single one escape. Could be hunting is your true calling.
Perhaps. Before I was knighted, I was keeper of the Hawk's Roost. And besides, I come from a long line of hunters.
That's so. And what drove you to fight men for a living?
Glenbrook put out a call for hawk riders, that they might challenge S. Frost's aerial superiority. I answered that call. My training was the hardest thing I've ever had to do, but I won a position in the Kingsguard, where I petitioned to serve Prince Roland personally.
Seeing you in action, I'm sure you could have made a fine commander. Yet you stuck by the prince's side.
Yes, I did.
A few years ago. No, I'm just kidding. No, I was right. 3 years ago.
Flugy has yet to return. I hope he isn't in danger.
Flugy's definitely the bird.
What's this then? A traveler out here all alone, huh? And in sore need of protection by my reckoning. Hand over your coin purse and maybe we can reach an arrangement.
Bandits? Here? How could I be so careless?
I'd advise against running. Ain't nowhere for you to go.
Even the bandits have voice lines. It's pretty
Enough.
sweet.
Are you hurt?
I'm fine, thanks to you. Had you not showed up when you did, I could have ended up dead. You have my gratitude.
Flugy, which is a fun name for a bird.
Is that your hawk? It guided me here. I was in the middle of a hunt, but your bird cried out as if calling to me. Thank heavens I did not loose that arrow. I've never known hawks could be so wise.
His name is Flugy, and he's more than my hawk. He's my closest companion.
Good job, Flugy.
The bandits are growing more bold by the day. 'Tis best you returned home.
Wait! I have scarce little to give in the way of coin, but still, there must be something I can do to repay you.
Think nothing of it. It is the royal family's duty to protect our subjects.
The royal... Good heavens! You're Prince Roland! Forgive me, Your Highness.
There's no need for all that stuffy formality. May we meet again soon.
Yes, Your Highness.
So Roland saved her from a bandit, and she felt compelled to be his protector.
That was my first meeting with the prince. He saved my life, and for that, I shall be forever in his debt. I could settle for no less than the Kingsguard.
Okay. So trying to explain out exactly how everybody ended up getting to where they're at. There's quite a few more left of these. 4 more. Gila, Currentin, Hasabara, and Narv. No, just keep this dialogue train rolling. I think this episode is going to be called Time for an Anime Flashback.
Greetings. Were you training outside?
Not today. Even I stay away from the proving grounds on occasion. The members of the Kingsguard must keep themselves in prime fighting shape. That includes resting when our bodies are weary.
A wise policy. The handmaidens of Esfrost adhere to a similar principle. With clear eyes, we see, we serve, we anticipate.
Interesting. Although our tools are different, we're alike in our aims.
Indeed. We must be the pillars our charges turn to in times of need. Even so, we are only human. If I may ask in confidence, do you ever find it trying to serve Prince Roland? Is he ever unreasonable? Have you ever found your patience tested?
No, that's 4 questions.
No, never. It is an honor to serve, always. It is an odd question to ask, but I must confess I find it hard to imagine what it is like to serve in a society such as Esfrost's.
As do I, although I lived through it. It all feels as if it were so long ago.
You're
like
not
3
one
days
for
ago.
speaking plain, are you? But I suspect we may have much in common. I'm curious to hear your story, if you are willing to share it.
Of course. I made a promise to myself long ago to effect change through my own deeds, not to live as a mere servant.
And what came of that promise?
Well, I'm here,
Hailing
aren't I?
from Hyzand, at first I endeavored to learn at the ministry, that I might use the knowledge gained there to help others. But they guard their secrets fiercely, and maintain strict control over what fields their students can pursue. As much as it pained me to leave my home, I could not suffer such stifling rules, and so set forth to Esfrost.
Not to
I
Glen.
took quickly to learning at the archives, where independent study is encouraged. I spent days in the stacks, soaking up as much knowledge as I could, when one day...
The Grand Duchy of Asfrost Archives.
You are the one called Gila, yes?
Gila is
Yes,
Gila,
my
thank
lord.
you very much.
They tell me you're the most talented researcher the archives have ever seen.
I couldn't say that, my lord. Though I do spend more time here than most anyone else.
Admirable modesty. And you aren't frightened
Oh,
of
it's
me.
Savrog.
Most impressive. I believe we have a suitable role for you. Come with me. The Archduke would have a word.
The Archduke? But...
No harm will come to you, if that is your fear. Now, follow me.
I'm not asking.
Lord Svarog had arranged an audience with the former Archduke of Esfrost, who appointed me as Frederica's personal tutor. She was the former Archduke's daughter, so I took my duty seriously. Yet I could never shake the feeling that I had betrayed my ideals. Perhaps I justified it by telling myself that my teachings could plant the seed for change.
An indirect approach, but an active one nonetheless.
The chance was unexpected, to be sure, but I could not very well deny it. The Archduke's successor, Gustadov, was a man that paid no heed to birth or blood. He effected a change in people's attitudes, a change which provided fertile ground in which my teachings could take root. Thus, I stayed by Frederica's side. Truth be told, I had not thought to be with her for this long. And yet, here I am. Life is truly a journey of unforeseen destinations.
Ah, yes. Life is truly unforeseen destinations. Whatever she said, that thing. We got Corentin, Asabara, and Narv. Let's see what Corentin's got to say.
Working hard again today, I see. How fares the research?
It progresses, and shall continue to do so, provided you remain out of my way.
Never one to mince words, are you? What is it you're researching exactly?
Your questioning remains distressingly inefficient. As I explained just yesterday, I'm exploring something truly groundbreaking.
And I'm asking you precisely how and why it's groundbreaking.
That would entail a thorough explanation of surface melting on ice crystals, one even you could understand. From there, I would have to explain how the quasi-liquid film on said crystal can then be thermodynamically stabilized.
All right, you win. I'm sorry I asked. But I can tell by your attitude all this work isn't good for you. You should join me for a swig of wine.
I'd rather not.
And why not?
Research has shown that wine inhibits the brain's higher functions.
Fewer words, more wine. A glass might shake a brilliant new idea out of that massive head of yours.
But my precious research!
So Eridor is just like the dude trying to get everybody drunk.
All I desire is to carry out my research without interruption. Are you listening, Eridor? My research on my terms. Why can they not grant me this one thing?
Yeah, well...
This cannot stand, Eridor. You hold me out here, yet you haven't so much as haven't touched your glass.
Oh, so you're an angry drunkard, are you? Lovely.
Me? A drunkard? Balderdash.
For
It's
Balderdash.
the damn ministry. All their restrictions and secrecy. How are we to move forward if we can't share our techniques? Am I wrong?
You're damned right. As always, of course, about everything.
Sitting on all that knowledge and skills is... It's not good. Worse than me locking myself up here.
Glorious silence. Thought the poor fool had never shut up. Right then. Off to bed with you.
These were definitely worth my time. And I hope you think these are worth yours as well. Hasabara, the bartender, what do you got? Eridor again.
That's the good stuff. Ain't no one can pour a pint like you.
I take coin for drink, not compliments. It's hard enough to keep this place running on my own as it is.
Need me to lend a hand?
Thought you'd never ask. You can start by washing the dishes, then restocking our foodstuffs, fixing up that wobbly table, and...
Aye, leave it to me.
Ha! I'm only playing. I'd never put a paying customer to labor.
But that's an awful lot of work for any one person. Ever give thought to finding someone with whom you might share the burden?
You can stop right there. The last thing I need is anyone else complicating my life.
Sounds like you're speaking from experience.
I had myself a someone once, you know? Special-like. Till he left me for a specialer someone. Raised my son Theo all by myself after that. He'd be a man grown now, if the war hadn't taken him.
Aw, snap. Hasabara's got a son.
Forgive me, Hasabara.
And an ex-husband.
Didn't mean to go drudging up painful memories.
No need for apologies. I don't know anyone who doesn't have a thing or two in their past that haunts them. In truth, I'm more exhausted than anything. Must be the years taking their toll.
Ain't got nothing to do with age, and everything to do with the hardships you've overcome. More impressive than an old soldier drowning his sorrows in mead.
What kind of barkeep am I, letting my poor patron wallow?
Sometimes wallowing's good for the soul. Come on, have a round with me. My treat.
Took you long enough to make the offer. Now, what shall we toast to?
How about to your son?
Aye, to Theo.
A son named Theo. Eridor kind of reminds me of myself from way back when. Just the answer to everything was always just drinking. Just, what's wrong? Oh man, I got a splinter in my left thumb. Oh, we should have a beer about it. Let's go talk to Narv. See exactly what's going on.
That should do it. You should be able to use that arm just fine in no time.
Many thanks, lad. You truly are a talented one. My apologies for treating you like an intruder the other day.
Oh, it's him.
Think nothing of it, my good man. If you need anything else, I'm more than happy to help.
Narv is a male, I believe.
Your magic never ceases to amaze. Did you learn everything from your grandfather?
You bet I did. The Archmage Grandante taught me everything I know.
Grandante.
Grandante. There's something I've been meaning to ask you, Narv.
Ask away.
I was in Hyzand for a short time, studying at the Ministry. No doubt you know it's considered the greatest authority in this world when it comes to matters arcane. Their library contains everything from records of magically enhanced soldiers to technical tomes and much, much more. Their chronicles on the history of magic, too, were the most comprehensive in our realm. And yet, I do not recall seeing even a single mention of a mage named Grandante. One would think the achievements of such a powerful sorcerer would be recorded somewhere. Why are they not?
That is a question I had as well.
Those awful Hyzantians. Truly, they have no shame.
Narv?
The chronicles you speak of? In truth, they were written by my grandfather's own hand.
What? But then why is he not credited by name?
He refused to do the research the former Hierophant ordered of him, and was branded a heretic and unbeliever. They erased his name and achievements from the records, and made it like he never existed at all. He was then banished from the city and died in exile, his name all but forgotten. It's all their fault no one knows of the Archmage Grandante.
I had no idea.
These robes I wear were once his. They're the only remaining proof that he once walked this realm.
So you carry his memory with you everywhere you go?
I promised myself I would make the Archmage Grandante's name known around the world. So I'm going to work harder than I've ever worked before, until all in the realm know his story. And in the process, I'll become the greatest mage this world has ever seen.
That's the spirit.
Thanks, Gila. Just you watch, Grandfather. I'm going to make you proud.
Now that is something that I can, vibe with, as the kids say. I don't know. I feel like I should probably put Narv as one of my main characters here. Finally got through all of the side stories here. Let's jump into Hyzanth and see what's going on.
So it appears the Duchy intends to capture Glenbrook. But Prince Roland slipped from their grasp and fled to Wolfort.
The ink on the treaty is barely dried, and they're already declaring war.
And what's more, there's a price on Prince Roland's head. It has spurred the masses into movement.
They will bear their fangs at us in time. We cannot leave them to their own devices.
I see this as a wonderful opportunity.
Looks like Conehead's making his move here.
We can make it clear how we stand after the Salt Iron War.
Aye. And I much prefer to extinguish embers than a raging inferno.
Well said.
It sounds like you intend to start a war.
Calm yourselves. There is no need to get so worked up over this. It is true that this grave matter may one day affect Hyzanth. But it is in times like these that we must trust the Hierophant's words more than ever.
All right. So they're going to do nothing. At least for now. But didn't we send Anna over there? I feel like we sent Anna over there. Alright, Cyrano struggles with the news of his father's collapse, and an unexpected visitor arrives to speak with the new lord. Ooh. Who could it be? Another party member by chance?
Father, please open your eyes. There is so much I wish to ask you.
Lord Serenoa.
I cannot let Father hear how weak I've become. I must be strong.
Lord Serenoa, Master Benedict, you have a visitor.
Who is it?
Lord Silvio Tellior. He wishes for an audience with Lord Serenoa.
Oh, it's Tellior.
What business would the Lord of House Tellior have with me? Tell him we will be there shortly.
The guy who decided not to fight, or was going to be siding with Asfrothi.
Every day is busier than the last.
Asfrothians.
We haven't had a moment to catch our breath.
You are doing a fine job as head of House Wolfort, Lord Serenoa. Your father would be proud if he could see you now.
I could not do it without you, Benedict. Thank you.
Oh. All right. Oh, the scales of conviction, eh? After hearing Silvio's proposal, Serenoa is faced with a difficult decision. Interesting. So far, so epic.
In short, you wish for the three high houses to join hands and fight the duchy. Is that correct, Lord Silvio?
Indeed. I believe it our duty to fight. Some are frozen in fear, trembling at the mere thought of the duchy's power. I feel that joining the three high houses under a single flag is the only way to unite them.
Are you
My men
not
ready themselves for
under one
war
single
as we
flag
speak.
here?
Come to Telior, and we can strike at Esros together. Prince Roland will be safe with us, of course.
It's as good a plan as any. You have my thanks for getting the preparations underway.
I wonder if Lord Landroy would agree.
I doubt House Falks would refuse a fight. Their devotion to the crown knows no bounds.
But of course. They reaped great rewards from the bountiful lands won during the war. You propose reuniting the three high houses who led the Salt Iron War to its end. It is heartening to know you would once again lend us your strength.
We certainly could use all the help we can get. Though I wish we could resolve matters peacefully.
You speak as though your brother is not at fault for all this.
My bride-to-be bears no blame for the Duchy's actions.
Yeah, bro, slow your roll here.
My apologies. Forgive me for my outburst. But we haven't much time. I would have your answer now.
Shall we accept Lord Silvio's proposal, my lord?
Fetch the scales, Benedict. We shall decide our path together.
Ah, yes, the scales. Fetch the scales of conviction. Lord Silvio made the journey to our domain to offer us an alliance. I would know what the others think of the matter. So we got accept his proposal and make for Telior, or reject his proposal. Interesting. Very interesting. And persuasion, convince, voting. No, not yet. Jeez. We got a lot of work to do here. Can I go outside? Are you heading out, my lord? Go out into the city streets? Absolutely. Now, from the... from the information that's been given to us so far, Silvio's kind of a coward, right? He's definitely the one that decided he was going to try and... Our homes were spared thanks to you, Lord Sonora. Townspeople send their heartful gratitude. But it was a hard-won battle. Both the soldiers and the townspeople have seen better days. People are suffering after a battle on our own soil. You learned about the House Warfort's weakness. But from the information that's been given to us, he's not ready to fight, it seems. Ooh, quality fiber. Thank you for that. So, let's do some exploration here, but I think I'm going to cut this video right before we commence with the scales of conviction here. I honestly don't know which way to go. In theory, it all sounds good, have somebody to help us, but I have a sneaking suspicion that he's got something else up his sleeve here. He's either going to take us rear guard's cloak. Ooh, nice. Oop, didn't mean to go in there. I have a feeling that if we go with him and we go to his hometown area thing, then he's going to betray us. The Lord of the House Telior came all the way to seek for alliance just between you and me. They wouldn't be much help in a battle. Telior is indeed not known for their prowess in the battlefield, but I do not know if we have the luxury of choosing our allies now. Oh dear, how could this happen at a time like this? Something the matter? Whatever it is, I'd be happy to help. Well, you see, my daughter and her husband got into a fight and decided to go their separate ways, but I'm fearful what will happen to the poor son. I don't know what I should do. I fear there are you can do. The issues between the two. Children are the ones who suffer the most when parents fight. There is not to be gained by forcing themselves to stay together, separating instead. What? How? I'm supposed to decide the fate of a couple here? Yeah, you can't do much on your own. That's not your place there. Jesus. Suppose you're right. Must make things worse with sticking a nose in. At the end, it might be for the best to give each other some space. Thank you, Sarah Noah. Feel better. Apologize for beating you with my family's troubles. You needn't apologize. No family is perfect. Alright, so I'm just helping marital problems now too. That's cool. See what's going on around here. Is this the dude? Lord Sorano, thank you for protecting our house. Well, you're welcome, man. I wanted to make sure everybody still had a house, you know. Hold on 2 seconds. Here we go. No shinies that I can see as of right now. See if there's anybody else to talk to in here. The cat! Ooh, large recovery pellet times 2, thankfully. I used a lot of those in the previous battle. Cat! Cat. Thank you, cat. Always wise. Very wise cat. Always there to answer any questions that I might have. Leather. We will rebuild Warfort with our own hands. I mean, what do you need to rebuild? The stands that were right there? I'm so happy everyone's house is okay. My doll is right home where I left it. I have no idea how relieved that our houses were spared from the blaze. My daughter's favorite toy is right where she left it, and the husband will be able to rest easy when he comes home at night. You're welcome. Okay, so there's at least a little bit of satisfaction from saving everybody's house here. Silvio's the Lord of House Tellior. Don't care for much. I don't care much for the man, to tell the truth. He has some nerve coming around here in such a fancy rooms when we break our backs repairing the town. So he's not a favorite, as what I've been gathering thus far with talking to everybody, or at least the townsfolk, to see exactly how they feel about him. Lord Sereno, you drove back this frosty force with such splendor. I expect no less from House Wolfort. Have you heard of how the other houses are faring? They say that Lord Silvio is not a man of the military arts and fear what should happen were Azeroth are to invade. House Tellior is wealthy and well connected. For better or worse, Lord Silvio is unchanging. I could stand to learn something from his ever-composed example. Worst comes to worst, our family is always welcome. But Lord Silvio leads one of the 3 houses and do whatever it takes. Yeah, that sounds the most like me here. Thank you, you're most gracious. Yeah, that's cool. If only the house was so reliable. I should let my family know that you told them to invite them here to Wolford. Of course, the more merrier. Bring them all. Oop. Did I already go in here? I think so. Let's take a quick gander in case. To say I'm disappointed in Lord Silvio would be an understatement. He safeguarded himself in Tellior as Gustav invaded the crown city. Some would say it was duty in Lord to stay and protect his people and domain, but was the duty of the crown. So, suppose we shouldn't be looking to Lord Silvio for any semblance of loyalty. Yeah. Yeah, right? That dude ain't loyal. What's he doing over here? He's obviously got a plan. Obviously. I think that's it. I think I've talked to everybody. I think I've done everything that I can do. Let's head back inside real quick. Yeah, let's return to the council chamber. Here's what I'm going to do. And here's what I'm planning to do. I will pick this video up and speak to everybody here in regards to what we are going to be doing. Now, between then and now, I'm hoping, yeah, I can still go to the encampment. I'm going to do a little bit more grinding in regards to level and whatnot. But when we return with the next video, we will be looking at what everybody else thinks about either accepting or rejecting the proposal. So, thank you guys again for watching. I appreciate ya, and I'll catch you on the flip side.